Empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water, like water.
Okay, so in this scenario, we have to try and get the hostage out of the crate and get him out of here, or get the conveyor belt shut down and safely rescue the hostage.
Alright, so obviously I'm the villain. I'm prepared for the heroes. So I'm going to take the first turn. And the way a turn works is you do two things. First, you move your character. You either move them based on their move value, or you can step, which is move one space, but then you get extra dice for your action, which will happen next. So I'm going to have this henchman step up to Bruce Lee. Then, during the second phase of my turn, I choose what action I'm going to take. In this case, I'm going to attack. There's other options. We'll get to those in a minute. Because I stepped instead of moving, I'm going to get 2 extra dice on my attack. So now the question is, how am I going to attack him? Well, there's 3 different ways you can attack in this game. You can strike someone, you can throw them, or you can grapple them. And we'll talk about how all those work as the scenario goes. But right now, I'm trying to figure out how I want to attack Kevin, and Kevin is figuring out how he's going to defend. So, let's see here. We've each chosen our card, and I reveal that I've chosen to strike him, and Kevin is defending with a throw.
So, throw beats attack, so now I get a 2-die bonus as well. So I'm rolling a total of 5 dice.
My base attack is 2 because my henchmen have 2 in every stat. So I'm rolling a base of 2 dice plus 2 more dice because I stepped.
Okay. Now we're rolling.
Now, I'm the attacker. So first I look at how many fists I rolled. You can see here, I rolled 3 fists.
And I only rolled 1 shield.
Alright, since I had more fists than he did shield, my attack is successful.
And so I lose 2 health for the 2 fists I was not able to stop.
Now, if I had done a different kind of attack, like grappling or throwing, it would have had a different effect. If I had thrown him, instead of dealing 2 damage to him, I would have moved his character 2 spaces. If I had grappled him, I would have given him a 2-die penalty until my next turn. But I struck him directly in the face.
And it hurt. Ouch.
Alright, so now the rest of my henchmen will go. This henchman will move 2 spaces, but he's not close enough to attack. These henchmen will also move in. This one will step over here and interact with this console to try and speed up the conveyor belt. Now, the interacting, depending on what you're interacting with, will use your different stats. This one, you grapple the console to try and wrench the controls to what you want him to do.
Each scenario will specify how the objects work.
Right. So my grapple stat is 2, and since I stepped, I get to roll 2 extra dice.
The object has a 2 difficulty.
Alright, now, I rolled 2 fists.
And I rolled 1 shield.
So I successfully interacted with the object. Interacting doesn't scale the same way attacking does. In this case, it just speeds up the conveyor belt by 1. Now the speed is 1. And this guy will stay here to guard the door. And all of my henchmen have acted, so my turn is up. You're attacking his
I am attacking this minion.
So we each choose our cards.
We choose our cards. Alright. He chose grapple. Grapple beats throw. So he gets a 2-die bonus. I have 3 dice.
But you stepped.
But I stepped. I get 2 more dice.
Well, he is still the attacker, even though grapple beats throw. And he has 4 fists. I have 1 shield. So I do not block all of the fists.
So 3 fists. So on a throw, the target takes 1 damage if the throw succeeds, and then gets moved as many hexes as the fists that got through. 3 fists got through, so I can move him 1, 2, 3 hexes. Let's see, and that's it.
And now it's Victoria's turn.
And now it's Victoria's turn.
Okay, so Victoria will now take a step into. Yeah, we'll take a step into that little meat bag right there, and let's do that.
All right.
Flipping, throw.
Alright, now since we picked the same card, neither of us gets the 2-die bonus. So I just roll my 2 dice that are my normal stat.
I get my 3 dice from throw, and because I took a step into it, I do
2 more.
2 more.
I have no shields, so I believe you threw me.
I threw you hard.
Alright, so that's 6 fists. So you deal a point of damage to me because the throw is successful and move me up to 6 hexes.
Okay, so let's say I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Sure, that's mighty heroic of you there. All the heroes have taken their turns, so now anything that happens at the end of the round would happen. In this scenario, the conveyor belt moves. It moves everything on it 1 space, so this moves to here, and he moves to here. And then we would start again with the
Next round.
next round.
All right, now it's the top of the order, so the villain has the turn.
This guy's going to run off this conveyor belt because this is not doing him any good at all.
Oh, he can just stay there. Rest.
No, this henchman will run up and try and slow down the onslaught of Bruce Lee.
No, you cannot stop me. Wah!
Aha!
Ah, you got the bonus.
So, I get my 2 dice
All
for my
right.
stat, plus 2 more dice for winning.
And Bruce rolls 3 dice for a strike. I have 1 shield.
I have 4 fists,
You have 4 fists. Okay, so Bruce takes 1 damage.
and I get to move him up to 3 spaces.
Up to 3 spaces.
So I think he should
I'd say
go,
he should be up here on the conveyor belt.
You know, I think he should go right over here, so that my other henchman can beat him up.
Oh!
So he will step. And strike. So I only get my 2 dice.
I get my 3 dice.
Wow. So I've still made it through his single shield, and he deals 1 point of damage to Bruce. And, oh, you know what? I stepped. I forgot. I'm supposed to roll 2 more dice.
Ooh.
Take another point.
I take another point. Ouch.
And he will step and attack Bruce.
Oh, this is not good, folks. This is not good.
Getting thrown into the pile of henchmen is probably not where you want to be.
Not where I wanted to be, no. Oh, boo.
Alright, so I get 2 dice for my stat, plus 2 dice for stabbing, plus 2 dice
We're reading
for
Bruce
strike,
correctly.
beating, grapple.
I'm terrible at this part of the game.
4 fists.
2 shields?
So, take 2 more.
No, I take 1 more. Oh, nope, 2 more. Yep, you're right.
I'm good at the dice roll.
No, you're very good at the dice rolling part and the reading me part.
And then this person will interact with the console again by grappling it to try and speed it up. So 2 fists, which the console
No
does not
shields.
stop.
So
The
that
speed
moves
is
it
now
up to 2.
2. And the henchmen are done. I like this part where you stand in the middle and get hit.
Yes, I know that is your favorite part of the game. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take my opening move. So I'm going to move 3, 1, 2, 3, and interact with this guy by attacking him. Let's do that. Oh, boo! You're reading me much too well today.
Alright, so I
3
get 2
dice.
dice plus 2,
Yep.
and I get no shields.
Okay, and I got 1 through.
So
So I deal 1 damage to him, and he is thrown
one
one
space.
space. Well, he can go over here. That's fine.
I
No, I don't like that. He can go over there. I don't want him to be standing next to me on the conveyor belt.
No? That doesn't sound like
No,
fun? Okay.
it less fun than you would imagine. All right, that's Bruce. Victoria.
Okay, well, let's say I have a move of 3, so I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. Forgo that, because I'm going to read Luke all kinds.
I hope one of us can. It's sure not me.
I'm going to go with that one. Attack.
Ah, but throw beats attack.
Oh dear.
We're not doing well at this.
So I strike.
All right.
Yes, you have strike.
I have strike.
So 4 dice against 4 dice.
And I rolled no shields.
He
I
rolled a
rolled
shield
no
for you.
fist.
Aha.
Okay, so we have our first counter strike.
Counterattack, yes.
Yes, counterattack. So, his 0 shields beats her 0 fist. She gets to attempt a counter throw with 1 fist, and Victoria has 1 shield, which blocks the counter throw.
Heroes' turns are over,
Yep.
and now the conveyor belt moves everything on it 2 spaces. Now, obviously, this pit of death over here will be bad news for this informant.
Yes.
Alright, so, first...
Hey, you still have all your hit points. That must be nice.
This henchman will move and attack Bruce.
Grapple.
Ah!
Aha!
Boo!
And my super moves up one because I read you correctly.
Because he finally won the face-off. Every time that a hero wins the face-off, they get to tick up their super move bar. Eventually, maybe.
Eventually, maybe I could actually make some use out of that, yes. So I'm rolling 2 extra dice.
I have no fists.
Alright, I have enough shields to counter your 0 fists.
So you counter
And I have 3 fists, which deals 1 damage to him, and would also give him 1 negative. But since he's taken all the wounds he can take, he just crumples.
Well, that's not what I wanted to happen on his turn. Not at all. So this henchman will step in here.
Alright.
Alright.
Okay.
So bonus.
Alright.
I have 1 fist.
I have 1 shield.
And you block and don't counterattack because you have no fists.
I counterattack with 0 fists.
And then this henchman will step.
Yikes. Well, Victoria, you're going to have a free run at the crate, I think.
That's crate.
Oh, you're a bad person. Alright, I'm going to use that. Haha.
Haha.
So I move 1 more up on my super, because I'm a super guy.
Well, I have 0 fists.
I have enough shields to block. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, he takes 1 more damage,
He crumbles
which
like
is
paper.
enough to make him crumple. Because come on, these are just minions. They're not the big bad bosses.
They're not supposed to be defeating themselves.
Well, you still got these 2 very healthy guys in the control room. They could come out and fight us.
That's true. They've been guarding the controls because I figured you would go and turn down the conveyor belts, but perhaps you just want to let them fall. He will move here. Now, this door is locked. So first, he will step, and then he will interact with the door to open it. So he's going to strike the door. The door has 2 defense. And 2 fists
1 shield.
is enough to knock open the lock.
So now the door has been knocked open.
And this gentleman will, once again, speed up the conveyor belt.
No shields.
4.
Alright, he moves it up to 3.
Alright. The henchmen are done.
Alright. Victoria, I think it's going to be your opening move this time.
Yep.
I'll grapple that open.
Alright.
The crate has 4 defense against grappling.
Victoria has a 2 grapple, and a step gives her 2 more dice. Roll well, Victoria.
5.
1 shield.
Huzzah.
So that was enough to open the crate.
Yay!
The hostage lays there unconscious. Lucky they can breathe now.
Alright. I'm going to run to the hostage. 1, 2, 3, and interact and pick him up. So now I'll just set him on my character sheet right there. Bruce is carrying the hostage. Now, because he's encumbered, all of my stats go down by 1, which is not really cool if you're Bruce, but there you go.
Right. Most items you can pick up actually increase your stats, but hostages are heavy.
He's heavy. I'm carrying him. He's still tied up.
He's not heavy. He's your brother.
He's not heavy. He's my brother, yes.
So now, it's the end of the round. The conveyor belt's at 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
I'm going the wrong way.
I think maybe I shouldn't have left these people in this room, which were not guarding the actual objective for so long. But let's see how we're going to do this. Okay, so first this henchman will step.
Yikes!
And grapple.
Alright, now I only get to roll 2 dice because I'm weighted down by the hostage.
I get 2 plus 2 for stepping.
Yes. I have no shields.
And I have 2 fists.
Alright, so
Same
I
thing.
take 1 damage.
And then you
And
get 2 grapple markers.
I have 2 slow me down, tie me ups. They don't affect my move, but they affect everything else I do.
So, then he will step in and attack.
Now, by the way, folks, no matter how this turns out, I still get at least 1 die. Nothing can ever lower you below 1 die to roll. So there's always hope. But I hope I'm choosing correctly. I think that you're going to... Okay. Haha!
Ah, he's outpredicted me.
Alright, so I was reduced to 1 die. And then I get 2 more.
Right, for correctly. And then your super meter also goes up.
And my super meter goes up. I'm almost super. I have a shield.
I have 1 fist.
I have 1 shield. I have 2 fists to counter you.
And you've once
Hit him
again
for 1 damage.
thrown me under the bridge.
Yeah, I throw him into that and he gets shredded. It's terrible.
He didn't have enough throw.
But it's a PG-13. Aw. I throw him there.
Okay.
Okay. So that explains where his body goes.
And then...
It's PG-13, folks. We have off-camera violence.
1, 2... 1, 2... And the henchmen are done.
Okay, I think Bruce's turn is incredibly easy to explain. 3 movement, reduced by 1 is 2 movement, and that's it. I'm not going to do anything else.
Now, I have potentially 3 movement. Can I move through?
Yes, you can move through friendlies.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
Obviously, my henchmen will stop you from moving through their spaces. Because that's their job.
A fine job they're doing.
You haven't moved through their spaces once!
No, I have not.
but I cannot stop in there to pick up the hostage.
Right.
Yes.
The hostage is slung over Bruce's shoulder, and somehow
Yeah.
he's still fighting.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have needed to have used my action interacting with the object to pass it over to you. But I wish I'd thought of that.
That's okay. 1, 2, because I don't want him stepping into there. I want him to get on that fast train to nowhere if he wishes to get to Bruce. And I will then interact with that in a very violent and
Cinematic.
cinematic.
I can read you like a book. Or a short story.
Okay. Let's go with that. Here it goes. Grapple.
Ow!
Huzzah! I finally get his super up.
And then I get to roll my mighty 2 dice.
And I move, so I don't get the extra 2.
But you do get 2 for the
But I
correct
do
read.
get for 2 for correctly reading him. Fists galore. 5 of them.
That is not anything sufficient for me to do anything.
Crushed.
So, you have beaten my defense by 5, so I get 5 grapple markers. I'll get -5 to all my stats until your next turn.
Yikes.
Dominated. Okay, I believe that is the end.
Right.
And things are
The
going to
conveyor
happen.
belt
now.
moves,
Conveyor belt moves.
but nothing's on the conveyor belt.
And the villains have initiative.
Well, sadly, I think this guy needs to go first. And he is going to step...
All or nothing,
Make a
huh?
valiant strike. Well, maybe not a strike. You don't know.
Some sort of effort.
Against Bruce.
But Bruce was weighted down by the hostage, so this could actually... end up-
Bruce's grapple markers go away
Oh,
at
yes.
the start of my turn because I gave them to him.
True.
So he does not have the grapple
Good
penalty
call.
anymore.
Good call. All right, I think I'm picking this. Let's see if I read you. Darn.
Ah! So
Okay.
I get... My base is 2, -5 is 1, because we're very good at math. Because you have a minimum 1 to your stats.
Yep.
+2 for correctly predicting.
Yep.
Oh, and +2 more for
Plus
stepping.
2 for stepping.
Haha! Finally! 5 fists.
I have a shield.
You have 1 shield. So take a wound.
All right.
So that's your last point of
That's
health.
my
that you're
last
sitting
point of
on.
health that I'm sitting on, yes.
And I throw you how many spaces? 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces?
4 spaces toward the door.
I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Victoria, help! Victoria!
Huh.
And then this person will move here and attack Victoria. This is not looking good for our heroes. They maybe
It ain't
should
great.
have barged into my factory full of henchmen. I was busy with this guy. He's in
Huzzah!
a crate for a reason. Grapple.
Alright!
Boo! So, I get just my 2 dice.
I get 4 just for being me, and another 2
And you move up on your super meter.
for being very clever, and 1 on the super meter.
Roll no shields, please. I rolled nothing.
I rolled shields galore. That's good enough. I have 4 fists.
Well,
Fist of Fury.
boink!
Huzzah.
Perhaps I should not have ran in there so hastily. But if you can fall off this conveyor belt, you'll be doomed! So my henchman will move. Sadly there. And that's all I got.
1, 2, hanging at the edge, or am I in?
It doesn't move until the end of the round. After you guys.
Oh, that's
Yes.
right. That's right. That's right.
Bruce,
That's right.
You can
step
move
off
that way
the
if you
train.
want.
I choose not to. I choose not to.
And when we find out if it blends.
Okay, so this is the start of our turn, so these clear.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm moving to and hoping for the best.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
What? Yeah?
Pass the stone, buddy.
Okay, all right.
I'm
If you
just,
think I can-
I'm just suggesting,
okay.
maybe.
Well, then I will take a full move, what's left of it, and I will give you the hostage.
Thank you.
I'm gonna die.
Yep.
What are you doing, Nat Dwight?
Don't
You
worry,
better
you'll-
run like heck, sir.
Don't worry, you'll come back as like a cybernetic in the sequel. Cybernetic Riz from the dead.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so what am I going to do? I've got 3 moves.
2
You
moves.
have 2 moves now. The hostage.
Oh,
hostage.
well,
now.
that's inconvenient.
You asked for the hostage, Victoria.
That's
I gave
okay.
you the hostage.
That's
I
okay.
was just gonna hide and
1,
let you beat them
2.
up.
Nope. I'm making beaten feet for the door.
Okay.
All right. Now the end of the round. Whee! That's not good. All right. So I think this is my only hope because I have to stop Victoria. On her next move, she'll escape. 'Cause this guy is gonna move 1, 2, and throw this guy. Now, since these are both my henchmen, I will choose the cards for both of them. He will choose throw, and he will choose strike. Oh, I get a bonus. So he'll roll his base.
Okay,
2,
I think we
plus
have to
2 more
roll the dice for your
Oh,
defendant.
certainly.
I oppose.
I rolled 1 fist.
So he takes 1 damage.
He takes 1 damage and
you
moves
move him one space.
Then he will step to get the +2 die bonus and attack
Yes.
Victoria. Go get him!
That's so rude.
It's hard being a henchman.
It is clearly hard being a henchman when your own buddies beat you up.
Oh, that's a help.
It's like you just pulled the fastball maneuver.
Right.
There we go. That's what I'm going with.
You'll never guess what I played. Ah!
Kind of guessed.
So I get my 2 dice, +2 for stepping.
I get 3 for being me.
I got 1 fist.
I got 1 shield.
Uh-oh.
And it's coming right back at you.
I have 3 shields. and
I
you
have 4 fists.
Alright,
So 1 damage.
1 damage.
Yes.
And that's enough.
And that's enough.
And it would have thrown him 1 space if he had any
Yep.
health left.
But that's the end of my turn.
All right.
So now the heroes
Yep.
walk out the door.
Yes.
Well, 2 moves. Now,
Yeah.
do I have to get off the
No,
board?
you're good. You're on
Okay.
your back to starting space. Once they've rescued the
Bruce.
hostage,
Don't leave them behind.
this is not a
I only have
campsite.
1 hit
That's
point
not a
left.
clean campsite rule.
I just
So, this particular scenario, the heroes succeeded. They rescued the hostage. Now, there could be multiple different outcomes here. If they hadn't rescued the hostage, the next scenario could change. It could be slightly different. Could be a completely different setting, depending on how the story goes.